Hey guys, so today is Monday, January 26th. It is 11:14 p.m. and we are starting the vlog of this week. If I look exactly the same frame for frame, from the end of, bless you, from the end of the previous vlog, it is because I literally leaned forward. Are you okay? It's because I literally leaned forward, stopped recording, and started recording again immediately. I have not moved. Andy. Anyway, I'm sorry. You go back to what you're doing. So today has been, I don't know, it's been weird. So last night I had like crazy, I didn't talk about this for yesterday's. Whatever, I'll talk about it now. I'm getting used to not talking about Sundays. So Sunday, January 25th, I know that this was supposed to go in last week's vlog, but I forgot, and I'm just now remembering, and I don't want to record another clip. So Sunday, January 28th, it's not much. I went into an OCD support group meeting, and it was supposed to be a meditation meeting, and it went really well. But after the meditation, it just turned into talking. Everybody was just sticking around and talking. We talked for a few hours. It was a really fun call. And I ended up eating dinner over that call, and I got really crazy indigestion to the point where I just was feeling sick after the call. And this morning, I also woke up not feeling very good. And that's kind of the segue, is that I woke up this morning and I wasn't feeling very good. And I think part of it, so I was supposed to talk to somebody this morning, somebody who had expressed interest in wanting to take over one of my meetings. And actually, I'm going to read you guys this email thread, I think, if I can find it. So this person had shared during my meeting, and they had expressed interest in taking over the meeting. And so I said, hey, I went and I private messaged them, and I said, hey, if you're serious, here's my email, we can discuss it. And they messaged me and they said, hi, I hope my letter finds you well. Thank you for the offer to show me how to take. And I had also offered to help them with the process. I said, I'm willing to help you with this transition. I'm willing to help you. I do with this stuff. That's why I reached out, because I wanted to offer guidance if that would help them feel a little bit more comfortable taking it over, because they'd never hosted a meeting aside from, I think they said they hosted the coming home phone line meeting. Anyway, so they said, thank you for the offer to show me how to take lead of the Zoom meeting. I hope I'll be able to do it. When would you like to connect? I said, what time works best for you? I'm free on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I can make Tuesday and Wednesday work, but I have meetings on those days. And I said, have you done the host orientation meeting in the last 2 years? If not, here's the registration link. And they said, thank you for that. I could do Monday or Friday. I've never done host orientation meeting. And now when I registered, it's only for the 1st of February after the meeting time. I wonder if it's happening today so I can connect to it. And I said, let's shoot for Monday. Is there a time that works best for you? Are you wanting to call? I'm usually available after 1 p.m., but I can make an earlier time work if you prefer. As for the orientation, it's only held on the first Sunday of the month, so register for that one. I can be present at the meeting on February 1st, and I'll be there if you need any help or guidance while you host/moderate the meeting. And then you can head to the orientation meeting at 2 p.m. After that, you'd be all set to continue hosting. And they said, oh, that's great. If you could do that, thank you very much. If you could do at least 1 hour earlier, I'd much appreciate it, since it's evening where I am, and the earlier the better my brain works. And I said, let's do tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then I sent my phone number. And they said, thanks. Can I find you on WhatsApp, or which platform would you prefer? And I said, yes, I'm on WhatsApp. You can call me there. And so 10 a.m. comes around and I get no phone call. And for context, because I wasn't feeling very good, I went to bed at almost 4 o'clock last night. And I woke up at 9:45 and I was like, oh, my call is so soon. I would really love to get more sleep, but I can't get more sleep. If I go to sleep, I'm going to miss this call. And so I stayed up, and I 10:05 rolls around. I don't get a phone call, so I start looking on WhatsApp in the groups that I'm in that are affiliated with this organization to see if maybe this person was in those groups so I could reach out. And sure, I could have emailed, but I didn't want to seem like I was pressuring anything or was being impatient, so I just waited. And because they had my phone number, I feel like it was pretty heavily implied that they were supposed to reach out to me. And they said 43 minutes after our meeting was supposed to happen, they said, hi, Wynn, I'm so sorry. It looks like I've missed our meeting, but I did not know what platform to use to call. I gave it a second thought, and I understand that it'll be too big of a responsibility for me at the moment. As much as the time is suitable for me, I think my part, which is always trying to take responsibility for everything, reacted and agreed to take over. I'm sorry for misleading you. If you don't mind, could you send the link to your meeting? Apologies again. All the best wishes. And then I had said WhatsApp was fine yesterday. However, if you were unsure, you could have asked. The link to the meeting is in the calendar if you'd like it, though it'll be going dark if it doesn't, since it doesn't have a host. And then they said, thank you. I had asked yesterday, one message previous to this one, which platform you did, but you did not reply to that message. And I said, I did respond. Attached is a screenshot of my response. However, I would have appreciated if you'd followed up with me if you hadn't received my email and were unsure. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for your interest in taking over the meeting. Have a nice rest of your night. And then I just said my name. And they never responded. But I am just so frustrated because I don't know, they had all night to get back to me. And I say all night. I know this is morning for me, but it's evening for them. They live in another country and it's evening time for them around that time. They had all day to get back to me. This person had all day to contact me. Hey, I really don't want to do this anymore. I don't think I can. They also had all day to reach out and be like, hey, you never answered. What platform do you want to call on? And they only reached out 45 minutes after our meeting time. And I sat there for 45 minutes waiting for some kind of answer, feeling sick because I was tired and my blood sugar was screwed up and all this other stuff. And then I ended up trying to take a walk a little bit after this while my pot was boiling so that I could make dinner. But I only ended up walking for about 16 minutes at 1.5. I don't know how long it was, how far distance I walked, but I only walked for about 15 minutes. And I'm still counting that as exercising today. I'm just glad that I got up and exercised, even though I didn't feel very good. I ended up eating lunch and then I took a nap shortly after I ate lunch because I was just so tired. And I've just been tired ever since. I woke up around 5. I had a snack a couple hours ago and I'm so tired. Even right now, my eyes are heavy and they burn and I have a migraine and I'm thinking about going and taking a shower because I know the showers sometimes help my migraines. But I also need to make dinner. I haven't had dinner. I just had a snack a couple hours ago and it was tater tots and a couple mozzarella sticks. So I'm really frustrated with how that whole thing panned out. And it's not even like I'm upset that they didn't want to take over my meeting. I'm more upset that they didn't bother to let me know. You know what I mean? I just think it's really ridiculous that I wasn't told a little earlier. Why was I not notified? I don't know. It's just, I'm frustrated about that. Why did nobody tell me, even at 10? Because like, if I had gotten an email like that when I woke up, I just rolled over and gone back to bed. But by the time this person had emailed me, who's already been awake almost an hour at that, or actually an hour at that point. So I woke up at 9:45. So I was just really frustrated this morning. I ended up getting on a call with a friend and ranting about it and being like, oh my God, I just don't understand why nobody could have let me know sooner. This person has had all day to reach out to me and let me know that they changed their mind. So that was this morning. And then I didn't feel good all day. And then I napped and then I woke up at 5. And now I'm just sitting here. It's 11:24 p.m. and I'm just sat here with the cats chilling with every single freaking light on apparently. And I've been working on the Discord server today and I'm about to make a to-do list for tomorrow in my new notebook because this one is being retired. This one is finally filled. You saw that in last week's vlog. This one is the new one. It used to be my diary, but now it is not my diary anymore. It is now going to be my junk drawer journal. And if you don't know what that is, because what's the word? Because the scrapbook girlies have stolen the term junk journaling. What I call a junk drawer journal is pretty much just like all of my lists, all of my notes for stuff. It's just ideas, stuff like that. Like it's everything. It's phone numbers. It's really disorganized, but that's kind of the point. It's to have a notebook for everything. It's mostly just to-do lists though. It's mostly my daily to-do lists and then my planning out my planners. Because the way that I plan out my planners, because I put all of these in chronological order and then I have a to-do list for the week, I write out my entire week in junk drawer journal and I put everything that I need to do under each day and then I organize it in the planner. And then I write a to-do list of things that I need to do that week in my junk drawer journal. And then I transfer it over to here. There's usually isn't in order, but I usually try to group things a little bit better. But then I fill it out throughout the week. I'll add more things. For example, this is my current to-do list for the week. That is not all the things I'm going to do this week. I just haven't really thought about my to-do list all that much, so it's very short right now. But I think I'm going to go for now, and I'm going to maybe try to edit my vlogs again, but honestly, I might just do it tomorrow. But I do need to do it this week, though. I don't have any vlogs or any videos at all going up. All of my scheduled ones have gone out. But I think I'm going to make this list. I'm going to reply to a couple of texts and then go about my night. I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye. Hey, y'all. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd. It's 10:39 p.m. and I am recording for last week because I never filled out the rest of my thing. So I don't remember when I vlogged last. I didn't mark it down, but I'm gonna assume that it was the 26th. Actually, I can check. My baby. Tuesday, January 27th was my last meeting at the organization that I volunteer at. It was my last Tuesday meeting. It went fine. Nobody took over. Wednesday, the 28th, I had success coaching at 11:30. I think I almost slept through it, but my person called me. And then I had health coaching at 3 p.m. and she was sick, so she couldn't make it. And then I had my last, actually, no, she wasn't sick. I just didn't show up. So I didn't show up to that. And then I had my last Wednesday meeting and it went fine. Nobody took it over. I think people thought that last week was my last week. So, because nobody really showed up to either meeting, my Tuesday or Wednesday meeting. And that kind of sucked because now those meetings are going to go dark. Thursday was fine. I don't remember what happened. Friday was fine. I was sick for a few days, and I think it was partially leaving the organization is what was making me sick because I was so stressed out. I didn't really do much. I caught up on all of my coursework, I believe, on Friday. And then the World Service Conference for the organization was on Saturday, and I had already promised I would go. So that was my last event as a leader at this organization. It was from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. It was boring as fuck, to put it frank. There was a lot of drama, and I don't really want to get into said drama, but there was a lot of drama. And then the meeting ended at 7 o'clock, right at 7 p.m. And then Sunday, I had a bunch of coursework to do again, and I played catch up that day too. I emailed my professors. I scheduled a doctor's appointment for this coming Monday, which I had earlier today, which I'm not going to get into until my next vlog. I got some more pages for my website done. I didn't really do much. There wasn't a whole lot that I did. This one's going to be kind of short. I had some not so great news, some not so great revelations come to me recently. And I feel horrible as a result. I might maybe talk about this in the next vlog, but I just wanted to get this done because I've been meaning to get this specific clip uploaded for the last 3 days. And Sunday was horrible. Yesterday was also horrible. And today was a little bit better, but still horrible. And I don't feel awesome either physically. I'm kind of forcing myself to have dinner right now, 10:44, but sorry for being a bummer in this one, but I guess that's the end of this vlog. It's a 5-minute clip. I just don't really have it in me to talk that much about anything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate anybody who watches my content. I will see you guys next time. Take care.